Welcome back, and we're continuing to keep you updated here on WFMZ and on the AccuWeather channel. My name is Mark Shanaberger, and this is what we got right now. As far as warnings and watches go for our entire viewing area, this is what we have. We have a winter storm warning in effect until 11 a.m. for most of our viewing area, and a winter storm advisory out for Schuylkill County. Now, as we make our way through the evening hours tonight, we are continuing to see some breaks appear on our radar, and that'll continue, it looks like, for the next couple of hours before we see another push of moisture moving into the area. This is what the snowfall totals look like generally around our area. We're talking around 3 inches for most of the viewing area, slightly higher amounts off to the south and the east, and slightly less off to the north and the west. So as we continue to make our way through the evening hours here, if you're doing any traveling, please proceed with caution. There's a lot of snow-covered roads around the area, and Ed will get to that in a moment. Email us your totals if you have a chance. Step outside and just check some of those totals. The best way to do it is to take 4 samples from different areas around your home and then add them all together, divide by 4, and come up with the total that way. And then you could just log on to WFMZ.com. There you will find a link. If you just go on to weather, it says email the Weather Center, and if you click on that, you'll pop up a page that looks like this, and there you can put in your snowfall totals and other information that would obviously be good for us to hear. If you have any road conditions, it's also nice if you can email us that, but please don't go out on the roadways, only unless you were coming or going from somewhere and you have some road conditions. That would be great, too. Now I'm going to throw it over to Ed. He has some more information on this storm, along with some radar loops that are quite impressive. Ed?
Thanks so much. Good to see everybody. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good Sunday. Yeah, it's a little tricky, a little messy out there. And in fact, let's go off. Can we go to our weather cameras real quick, pull some of them up, be able to get some sense here of what we're dealing with on the roadways. Many of, not just the highways, but the secondary roadways are very slick. They're snow covered. You can see there that where the tires go on Warren Street, there are, obviously it's passable, and it's certainly not, so far we haven't had such accumulation that it's too deep, but certainly very slippery roadways to be sure, and there's a lot of snow on the roadways. Take a look at 22 at Shanersville Road. Obviously the snow really coming down pretty hard there right now, and of course when it comes down hard enough, it also limits visibility. And there atop of PPL, you can see the snow flying high atop the PPL in downtown Allentown. Let's get off here and show you where we're at. 29 degrees, and even those folks in the far southern parts of our area, Newcastle, Delaware, Wilmington, Philadelphia, you guys are still sitting below the freezing mark at 30 degrees. But I'll tell you, very interesting, we're seeing that you've changed over from snow over to sleet and freezing rain. And it looks like that's going to continue to try to creep towards the area, which is why I think we have predominantly snow, but some sleet will be mixing in from time to time here through the evening hours. And I think between now and 1 or 2 in the morning, we're going to continue to talk about light to moderate precipitation. We do see some reinforcements of moisture moving up, but also we do see that little bit of warmer air trying to mix in aloft. So that's why we're going to see some sleet mixing in as well, holding down accumulations just a little bit. 29 winds out of the east at 8, 29.89, and holding steady. Look at this impressive storm system curling up over the Great Lakes, but this is weakening, and we're seeing now over North Carolina, secondary continuing to form. But take a look at this moisture here. That's drawing, moving up, okay, from that first storm. That's kind of advancing back from the Ohio Valley back, and they're going to team up here, but it's heading in our direction. In addition, we're seeing this moisture that continues to ride up, but it has been remarkable, and I hope you can understand how challenging this forecast is when you try to forecast exactly that line. I mean, it just, with the difference between seeing snow and west of that line, not seeing a whole lot of anything. It's just been remarkable how that gradient sets up, and that oftentimes is how our weather plays out. Look at the past 24 hours. Gives you another look. Took a while this morning into the early afternoon. Was fighting that dry air, but eventually it did win out. Things moistened up. Most parts of our area between 1, 2, in some places up to 3 inches of snow right now on the ground. And that's primarily snow, a little bit of sleet in there as well. As I said, look at that rain-snow line. You can see how that sleet line, that's already mixed in now. Newcastle, Wilmington, Philadelphia. You guys now mixed over to sleet and some freezing rain. Remember, temperatures below the freezing mark, so slippery roadways. The rest of us talking about snow. This is that reinforced moisture that's advancing towards the area. The storm system itself still back here over North Carolina. That's going to kind of run parallel to the coast, get off the tip of New Jersey by tomorrow morning, but by that point it'll be moving away And I think we're going to be done with the steadiest precipitation by 1 or 2 in the morning, the way things look right now. We're going to be giving you updates on the AccuWeather channel all night long. Mark will be here giving you updates, so please stay with us. And again, best way if you need to have your finger on the pulse of this storm, right here. Freshest information you're going to find anywhere. I promise you that. But you can clearly see here over the past 6 hours how this has unfolded, and there have been breaks in the action. We may have a little bit of a lull. You can see some of these bands moving through, but you see how it's kind of more broken up here. The reinforcements coming in from the west, that additional moisture going to be passing up here from the south. But look at this. You can see that's why it's not snowing, but some of these darker shades of blue, it's really coming down. Look at that sleet line. It's creeping closer, so that's that little bit of warmer air working in aloft. The question is, how far does this get in towards our area? So by the time it's said and done, by 1 or 2 with the steadiest precipitation moving away, we still expect to continue to talk about some snow here in our area, light to moderate, mixing with, at times, some sleet, maybe a little bit of freezing rain, tapering off to a bit of freezing rain by 1 or 2 o'clock. There still could be a couple of snow showers as we approach daybreak and into the day tomorrow. Wouldn't be out of the question. But by the time we're done, we're thinking around 3 inches of total accumulation, and then 3 to 4 further south and east, because there, you're probably not going to be talking about additional accumulation. You've already gone over to the ice that'll go on top of the snow. So that's what we're talking about getting here as we move on through. The good news is that we're going to have some warmer air getting back to normal as far as temperatures go, getting into next week, this work week coming up. Snow mixing with sleet, tapering off to some flurries by 1, 2 a.m. The steady stuff, again, there could still be some sprinkles, some couple of snow showers around, 3 to 4 inches southeast, around 3 inches elsewhere. Some places could be a little bit more, other places a little bit less. Cloudy, a couple of snow showers around for your day tomorrow, a bit of drizzle around as well. But look at temperatures. You can see normally we should see 42 as the high. Could see a bit of snow or sleet mixing in, coming on in Thursday night, changing over to rain on Friday. This means Read Across America Day on Friday. That's what we've got for you now. I hope to see you at 10 o'clock. The 69 News starts, of course. That's the best way.